My brain is now spoiled.
Girdling with his own riff, you know what I mean? Nobody make fun of me, I'm having a rough month.
And with that, I think we just pulled off a perfect episode.
Welcome to Acquired Taste. This is episode 45 of our hip-hop podcast run by the world's largest rap group. I am Figure 8, your host, and with me today we have...
Koda B. You guys gotta go, man.
Yeah,
oh
my God.
Again.
You guys
Jesus
fucking
Christ.
suck.
On my screen, it was Andrew and then Ned and then me, so I was just waiting my turn. But I'm token.
Hell yeah. Special guest token. Actually, not even special guest. He's just here with us. now.
Semi-recurring
The
guest.
host.
Yeah, he's like he's our Black Ellis.
Yeah.
You know, he just pops up, causes some destruction once in a while, and then, you know, goes back to doing whatever it is our autistic group members do in their own time when they're not
Absolutely.
on this podcast.
Young Ned.
Crazy
There he
timing.
is.
No RFK this week, no Philip Stengel, but we do have an awesome episode for you. Pretty psyched about it. Do we want to get started, boys? You ready?
Yeah, let's
do it.
get right into it.
I'll do today in hip hop history, and then someone will take over for in the news.
I'll take over.
All right, so today in hip hop history, today is Thursday, motherfucking
May 29th.
there it is.
Boom.
Yep.
Thursday, May 29th, the Fat Boys released their self-titled debut album produced by Curtis Blow in 1984. Pusha T released a story of Adidon, the diss aimed at Drake that revealed his son, one of the greatest
You are
diss tracks of all
hiding
time.
a child.
Crazy. So crazy.
Happy anniversary. And it's Keith Murray's birthday, who we have, multiple pieces of content, songs, and things like that with. So happy birthday, Keith Murray. Hope whatever corner store you stole combos from today let you go.
Yeah, man. Happy friggin' birthday, dude. Moving on to in the news.
We're in
Kendrick
it.
breaks record for highest grossing concert. That's not a word. Concert with Seattle date, scoring 14.8 million.
Shout out
Ellis
Seattle.
was there.
I know, yeah. I wanted to go. I was really trying to win those tickets for that show.
Bro,
on
we all
the
wanted
radio.
to go.
I kept checking the
I've-
ticket prices, and it was just like never justifiable. The only ones that ended up being like affordable were like 300 section. And I was just like, I've seen Kendrick before. I don't want to have to just sit and squint to.
Yeah, if it was $40 for those sit and squints, me and Koda had been up there. We'd have
Yeah.
been there. But to spend
Yeah.
like a month's worth of outdoor entertainment money on the worst seats for a show that we've seen 5 times. I know Koda hasn't, but me and Andrew have seen Kendrick every single tour of our adult lives until this
Yeah.
one.
It was
Yeah,
cool.
I've
Like
never
it
been
was
to a Kendrick
raining
show.
in Seattle that night, and it happened a couple stops on the tour. But seeing the clips come out of him like on stage with rain just pouring down was pretty sick.
Yeah, I was really trying to win those tickets. I kept getting the code word, and then they expire like every hour because I was trying to win it from the radio. And then by the time it was already too late, and then they were doing like Trippie Redd concert tickets were the next one.
Swiggle was in Inglewood on Saturday. He went and saw it in LA with his
Oh,
wife.
that's sick.
That's sick. I
He
saw
will still be there right now. He met Chris Rock.
he
I was
brought
talking to
out
him. He was like
in the
just
last.
walking around.
That's crazy, actually.
Yeah.
Chris picked Kenny over Drake. Go ahead.
On the last stop in California, he brought out AZ Cheeky or Chake, however it's pronounced.
AZ
the
Chake.
Chake. Okay, thank you.
Cheeky.
Fuck, bro, I don't know.
He's a cheeky boy.
But they performed
Yeah.
Peekaboo, and then SZA brought out
Oh,
Bieber
shit.
too, which was pretty cool.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. I sent Ellis a picture of that.
Yeah,
He was like, we didn't get Bieber.
nah,
Yeah.
I don't.
No
think,
Macklemore
I was
either.
gonna say I don't
He
think
didn't-
he's bringing
He
Macklemore
didn't bring out
out,
Macklemore
so
for the...
for him to like apologize again on stage.
That'd
Sorry,
been
Macklemore.
crazy. The double apology. Next up in the news, we got Sacha Jenkins, a pioneering hip-hop journalist, author, filmmaker, and cultural historian, has died at the age of 54. Founder of Ego Trip and director of Wu-Tang Clan, Mike Simone. I said his name right?
Yep. Do
Okay.
you guys know what Ego Trip was?
That sounds familiar, but I don't know why really.
If I remember correctly, it was a relatively short-lived magazine or newspaper that was like a combo of skateboarding and hip-hop. Kind of like I forget what the magazine was that eventually became Jackass, but like an
Big
urban version of that. Yes, it seemed very much more like a black and brown version of that, and he founded that, and he directed a few things. The amount of times I saw this posted the day he passed was crazy, so I looked a little bit into it to see what I didn't know.
Yet another
R.I.P.
moment
bro.
of Figure 8 teaching me about
that's-
black culture.
Did a lot.
What a moment.
This guy, he knows a solid amount.
A historian of the non-whites, if you would.
I would say that's kind of the reason this whole podcast started. Just honestly, for me, it was to learn more because I'm like, I don't know really shit about hip hop other than that I do it. I'm involved in it. I know like the people that I like. but
Man, that's crazy. Like, you're in it. You
Yeah.
are hip-hop.
Every like hip hop history or in the news like is always so it's nice. Speaking of that, Common's B turns 20. Eminem's Marshall Mathers LP turns 25. Both of them received deluxe editions this week.
B had 5 new songs on the deluxe edition, and the Marshall Mathers LP just added 2 live performances from the MTV Awards that year. So there's a real Slim Shady in the Way I Am live version on it. Not much of a deluxe edition.
Yeah.
How do
But
y'all
the
feel
Common
about a
thing-
live version on this album? That was always weird to me.
I always liked it on deluxes or live albums. I was a kid that had live CDs. Like, I liked those.
Really?
But generally, the entire thing is live. That's kind of how I consumed a lot of, like, my punk music, because all of it's a little bit faster live, because I didn't really know how to fucking play instruments
Yeah.
and keep that time. So, like, the live Ramones album, every track is, like, just a tiny bit faster than the studio version. So, I liked those. And, like, Eminem's Curtain Call had the Stan live version with Elton John
Yeah.
on it. Like, it's been done throughout hip-hop
I
stuff.
feel like live tracks can kind of be hit or miss, and it just depends on how well they're recorded, I guess. Like,
Sure.
you know,
I think
obviously,
this is where they belong.
yeah.
On a deluxe version coming out 25 years after the
Or-
fact.
or a
throw
full
remaster on the original song.
Or
Yes,
a full live album. Like Mac Miller's got his
Right.
full live album.
It's great.
And that's a
MTV
really good one.
Unplugged era, great. Those albums are great. The
Yeah.
Jay-Z one was great.
I think
Ned,
it all
do you have a
depends
favorite
too.
live album?
Favorite live album? No, I can't. Well, I can't fucking think of one. Who would
Okay.
fucking. I guess like
Eric Clapton has one that was pretty big. There's
it's the
Mac
Primus
Miller
one.
There is a Primus one. There's
The
Nirvana Unplugged, even the MTV thing. That one's great.
I think I've even
I like
heard
the
that.
live at the Paramount. That one's probably my favorite Nirvana live album.
There's someone at Red Rocks. I don't know what band it is, but there's an album just called This Band at Red Rocks that I had on like cassette when I was young. Yeah, there's instances where it works, and there's a lot of times where it makes an album. Like, we listened to an album recently, and I don't think Koda's version had it, but the version I listened to had like 2 long ass live versions of songs at the end, and it completely took me out of it. But if I'm revisiting the Marshall Mathers LP 25 years later, sure, throw a couple extra
Yeah,
shits
I
on
mean-
it.
Yeah.
Gives a fuck.
Some things we've already heard. I was also too kind of curious of like how they pick the live songs for the like obviously if you're doing a live album like that's that's predetermined of like okay we need to do this at this show or whatever like they probably do multiple takes at different
Yeah,
venues.
so generally
just
live
one,
albums,
do they just
I
like
think they
accidentally
record. No, so Eminem does it on a lot of his deluxe albums over the years, and I think it's circumstances in which it was recorded while live through like the audio. Like, it wasn't like since
Yeah.
MTV had to broadcast that, like they had that audio
they
somewhere.
have the takes and everything.
So he got it mixed. Same with the Grammys. I think when you do a live album, like in its entirety, you got to record yourself doing them at a couple of shows, pick the best one, and like plan for
Right.
it. But Eminem has almost exclusively released like television live performances. So I assume he works with CBS, NBC, whoever the fuck he performed on the network of. I also assume there's something about when you're getting paid to do that. Like, you still own the masters to your own fucking song. I bet he owned that stuff. Like, he owns his own vocals from those events and his songs.
Yeah, I'd have to imagine that like when you're being broadcasted, like you already own the rights to the music itself. So like, why wouldn't
Which
the live
like,
It's not
performance be
like
different?
he's not uploading the videos to his YouTube.
Yeah,
but
well,
it's
like
he has always.
MTV's already probably paying him originally to do the show in the first place. So like,
Yeah.
to your point, like he's been paid, like it's his music already. He's got to have some rights to use it later on and whatnot, like somewhere in the contract.
Also, in the past 5 years that he's been doing these re-releases or whatever, that I just see as an attempt to try and get more of his shit to go diamond, and power to him. It's worked to an extent. He's done a lot of, and I wish it was done here, where he'll go through and find his freestyles from that era on like Sway or Hot 97 or the 106 in Park or whatever, and add those to the album. And I think that's really cool, because to
Right.
go through an old album and then at the end of it hear that era of an artist doing 6 or 7 old school freestyles is much cooler than hearing the song I just heard earlier on the album live. But I
for
do
sure.
get that it's not him just going Detroit 1999 Comerica Park, this is where I performed this. It is like an event performance of it. It was MTV or the Grammys or something big. So it is like, I get it, but it is 100% to get more streams on those songs to push them to diamond.
Yeah, that's all it is. Same like any artist that does a
The real
re-release
Slim
of an
Shady and The
album.
Way I Am are so close to diamond. He's just gonna keep
it's
putting them
just-
out until they get there.
Yeah.
Right.
I like it with
this
rock, but
one-
not rap when it comes to live albums.
Listen to the Mac Miller one, man. Probably
Mac-
one of the best live albums ever.
I could,
I would
pretty
second
great.
that.
I could see that one being good. I'll check it out.
I almost
I
like
don't
it
even-
more than like his recorded albums.
Just
don't even
the
like
amount
Mac
of,
Miller, and I think
of
it's good.
live instruments that he has. Like he has, like his
Yeah,
his band
Ned
was
doesn't
so
really
close
like
to
Mac
him.
Miller, and listening to that live album, he was like, "Huh."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty
It's
good.
awesome. It doesn't even like it's like different songs almost, just because the
Ned learned he doesn't
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Mac Miller. Mac Miller isn't bad. That's what he learned in that car ride.
Sure.
It's simply he hasn't liked a lot of the stuff, but he learned with that album that he's very good.
I definitely totally see that side. This one's interesting because I saw just like the headline of this, and I was curious.
Get the button ready.
Get the button ready.
Young Thug and more rappers voice opposition for Kid Cudi testifying against Diddy.
Yeah. Young Thug called
I
him a
was-
rat.
Shut the hell up, Young Thug.
Yeah.
You could get
crazy.
sent back to jail for that tweet that you wasted your thumb strength on.
Yeah. Well, it's
You
also
have the
like
strictest probation of all time, and you about to be, yeah.
like
I just
Also,
saw
Kid
like a
Cudi wears
screenshot.
dresses and nail polish. He's a fucking civilian to the 10 millionth degree.
he's never tried to be a street dude or like
Nope.
he's
Never made a thug song.
Also, if somebody blew my car up and messed with my dog and broke into my house and all that, I don't
Opened
know.
my
Yeah.
family's Christmas presents.
Yeah. Like
That's the vilest
Did
part of the
he-
whole thing.
So what did he like testify against? Like what did he claim?
He testified that
All of it.
To his knowledge, Diddy is the one who blew up his car, and that he was scared of Diddy during that time, and that he remains uncomfortable around him.
Okay.
And corroborated some of the events. I've tried to keep like an arm's distance on all things this Diddy trial.
yeah.
Because I really don't care, and it is a level of disturbing that I think, when it is real life, crosses a line into comical.
Right.
And
That's what I was gonna say. It's like I've tried
I
to
don't
avoid it, and
I
it's,
don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to. It is funny, but we're talking about like some of the most heinous things that have ever been publicly talked about since like Alexander the Great.
Yeah.
So
it's-
I want to. It dehumanizes people for me getting too close to these kinds of things. So I try to.
It's one of those things where it's like you uncomfortably laugh because the headlines are crazy, and you're just
Yeah.
like, well, that's weird, and then you're like, you snap back to it, and you're like, this is like gross and wrong and stuff,
Human being,
and then it
yeah.
feels bad that you laughed at first, and you're just like, well, here we are.
It's just the nature of not just hip hop or our country. It's just reality for the past decade has kind of ruined satire and irony and things of that nature. And I think we're desensitized to like, if you saw something fucked up happen in front of you right now, it like stays with you. Like you are fucked up from that. And we're just constantly looking at like people going through worse fucked up things than we'll ever go through. And it's just like lore on an academics page. And it's strange when you put it
Yeah.
in the context of some of this shit is people die. Like some of this shit causes
it absolutely
people to die.
Desensitize you, especially just from like the memes that are made about things. Like the Diddy baby oil is like, oh, that's
It's hilarious when you think about it.
And
but
then
then
you're like, oh, that's
imagine
actually
going
so
to your
sick.
friend's house, bro.
That's disgusting.
Imagine going to your friend's house and opening up a closet and being like,
There's just
Hey,
multiple shells
yo.
of baby oil.
Yeah, it's
It's
fucking
like-
awful.
Like, whoa, he doesn't even have a baby.
also, man, our country just like hates women. That's my takeaway every time these things come up. I'm always just like, wow,
You must be new around here.
wow.
Welcome
James
to America.
Franco'd me. Yeah, I mean,
It's only gonna get worse, like this whole Diddy trial and everything. Like it's gonna show you people's true colors. Like the fact that Young Thug is like,
Bro,
and
he
anyway
can't talk
against
about
that.
any of that stuff at all. He cannot. Like, he has the strictest probation I have ever read.
I mean, he
So,
deleted
like-
the tweet quick. Like he probably
Go back to from mention. Rat is not a common colloquialism. Like, that is gang
that's
conversation.
specific.
I'm sure his lawyers hit him up and were like, delete that
Oh,
right now.
Brian Steele or whatever his name is hit it probably. He's
Yeah, he
he's
was
got
like,
tweet
"Fuck, man.
notifications on for
You gotta
him.
shut
You
the
know it, and
fuck
he
up."
saw that and
Yeah.
was like, "Bro, come on!" Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, and making the post and saying I'm sad he testified against Puff Daddy. Number one, never call him Puff Daddy again. We're never again. Please, for the love of Christ.
it's so creepy now.
yeah.
Number two, you broke up with Cuddy. Cuddy tried to make amends with you like 25 times. Don't say you wish he did anything ever again.
yeah.
And number three, please shut up. Please
I'm
just shut
I'm
up.
so sick
Yeah.
of it.
Just
Didn't
in
he
general,
just say,
just
didn't he
shut
just
up.
say he
The
was sorry
tweets-
though? And he's not
Yeah, be like,
anti-Semitic
oh,
no more?
Yeah, but
No,
just
he
shut
said
up.
he
I
was
love
sorry 7
everyone.
times, bro. Every
I
time
hate
he
it.
says he's sorry, 3 days later he goes, I tricked you. I'm Hitler again.
But he said he was sorry.
He's like,
Yeah.
gotcha. You thought?
It's
I mean,
all just a
that's-
social experiment, guys.
Yeah,
it's,
I'm sure
it's
it is.
performance art, bro.
It's definitely not his fucking mental illness that is just
As a man who
exposed.
shares that mental illness, if someone ever hands me $1 billion, don't let me stop taking my meds. Because
Yeah.
me with $1 billion,
It's probably
all I
not
keep
a good-
thinking about
that's
is
not
when
a
he's
safe
like-
person.
I don't need my medication. I'm like, bro, me with like $1,000 is an
It's
issue.
really
on my meds.
problematic.
Yeah, like I could come home with like a 12-foot crocodile if you gave me
Look what I got.
$1,000 and I'm like having a bad day. I could be like, Koda,
Check out our new pet.
can we keep this in your window hole?
But he made graduation though.
Oh,
Moving on. Let's stop talking about these scumbags. Madlib's ex-manager may halt release of Mac Miller collab album.
bummer.
That's a bummer, yeah, but I'm not
Why is he
surprised at the
halting?
same time.
He supposedly Madlib left the label that he started with his manager, and then he promised he was going to release this and the Freddie Gibbs collab album, and now his manager is claiming that still technically the company that he left owns 50% of that, so he can't release it. And since neither of that company doesn't exist anymore, if that company is ruled to have owned it or whatever, since no one has the assets from the company, like no one would own it. So neither of them could do it. I'm pretty sure the estate has cleared it to come out, but it's just been problems here. And I think the manager, I mean, just from the little I read, was hoping he'd be able to figure the shit out on his own, but is clearly now taking it to the judiciary system.
Right.
Well, it sounds like there's someone who's stopping it from money. If there's a will, there's a way. And if everyone involved was like, we want it to come out, it would come out. There's one person that's like, no, I need my cut.
Yeah, it's his ex.
Especially if his estate is involved. Like, they have a huge say in that, whether it does get released or not.
Right.
Also, that's...
Also, whoever owns the masters gets the biggest say.
Exactly,
I mean, I'm sure.
yeah.
I think you have to clear it with the estate, but I don't even think you have to if he had given some written word at some point that it was. You know what I mean? It's not
Right.
just shit on a hard drive. It's something that someone recorded over their own.
Yeah.
Shit gets weird when you talk about the physical ownership of music because it's like who recorded it essentially owns the masters. Like if you don't have a contract with your engineer, that's where a lot of weird shit comes up when people first get on, is like they go to get the stems for something to get it mixed or mastered or clean versioned or whatever for their new label. And the engineer goes, nah, these are mine.
These are mine now.
Yeah, and the studio has to, or the label has to pay out a fuck ton to invest in this shitty artist that may or may not make it just to get their one song that went viral.
Right.
Yeah.
Joey
Hopefully that
Badass to
comes-
drop album this summer. Sorry.
No, you're
I
good. I
keep
was just gonna say,
jumping
hopefully
the
it comes
gun.
out.
I would hope. I
Oh,
love.
absolutely. Any,
Mad-
you know, like the last
Mad
album
Miller?
that came out
Mad Miller,
was
Miller Lib.
it was interesting.
No,
for
Mad
sure.
Miller's better.
Like, Mad
Mad
Miller's
Miller's
great.
better.
He had it.
I bodied that.
But yeah, the Joey Badass album.
Yeah,
It's gonna
That's
be cool,
exciting.
That's
especially
exciting. I
after
like Joey.
the cipher that they just dropped. Like
The
that
cipher and
makes-
just like the whole East versus West beef, even though
Yeah,
less
yeah.
less beef of more just like having some fun kind of sparring, I guess you could call it. Like,
exactly friendly banter.
I was a huge Beast Coast guy. The Underachievers are probably the ones I like the least, but I still like them quite a bit. I really like Flatbush Zombies. I really liked Pro Era. Out of all of them, the only one I would be interested to hear an album from right now is Joey Badass.
Yeah.
Probably. Out
Same.
of all of them, solo or in a group wise, I think Joey's music, it all aged fine, honestly, that whole era. Like, it's good production, good bars, good whatever, but like Joey's music aged with me.
yeah,
It
Yeah.
feels like I can still relate to it as an adult in a ways I can't relate to the Flatbush Zombies anymore, you know?
No.
Or
Well, and I feel like-
sonically the times have changed.
even Joey,
Go
like
ahead.
I feel like they just kind of slowed down putting out music. Like a lot
Yeah.
and like ASAP
Why?
ASAP Mob kind of had the same thing where their artists just sort of not really, I wouldn't say fizzled out, but like they just
Fizzled out.
they slowed down. Like when they put stuff out, it doesn't really hit anymore because it's people have lost interest. We have short attention spans, and so like
Exactly.
I don't know. I'm excited for new Joey
Yeah.
because I feel the same way. Like I still will pull up his old tapes and listen to him occasionally and whatnot. But
That's what I was gonna say too, because like Joey's always been like a very like talented like lyricist, whereas like that's not like the mainstream vibe anymore. Like that's not what people are listening to in majority. But
We saw Joey live.
He's always been someone
Yeah,
who's
I've seen Joey
like,
live
I
a
will
couple
go
times,
back
actually.
and listen to like
I was
'cause
there.
I really enjoy that. I love like good lyricism.
Ned was
Ned
there.
has also seen Joey live. On a tour he eventually dropped off of, correctly, for being miserable.
Yeah, I think
If memory serves me right, he was like, this ain't the move.
I think the details are a little fuzzy on that. I think he's later come out and just been like, I wasn't in a great place. It was kind of a me thing. It wasn't anything that anybody else did. I
So,
just needed
the
to not be
tour
doing that at the time or whatever.
was billed as like Joey Badass and Logic, and that's how you convinced me to go. And it was 25 minutes of Joey Badass and then an hour and 45 minutes of Logic.
Yeah.
The Joey Badass had his own flyer
It's a lot of
that
logic.
made it look like it was both of them. And then I saw the Logic billboard when we were pulling into Tacoma or wherever that had Joey Badass's name tiny in the corner, and I just like this overwhelming fuck
Yeah.
came over me.
Probably the best thing to come out of that tour is I remember there was like a little freestyle video they both put out on their social feeds of them just in a tour bus
I remember
rapping back
that.
and forth and like going bar for bar and stuff. That was cool. But yeah, that tour was
I'm sure there was
bit of a
a lot
flop
of
for
dirtling
sure.
at that show.
We had to see it twice.
the master durdler.
Hour and 45 minutes of Logic music.
Oh, no.
No.
20 minutes was him playing Mario Kart with people in the crowd, and I'm pretty sure he solved the Rubik. There was one point
That's a
where I
good time.
turned... We were sweating balls, and I turned over at Andrew, and I was like, what the fuck?
Dude, it was so bad. That was where I was,
I was
like,
sweating
yeah, I don't really
so
like
bad,
Logic
and bro
anymore.
was just playing Mario Kart with some
Fuck.
7-year-old. I was like, bro, it is hot. Just sing the fucking song about killing yourself so I can go home. That's
Fuck.
all I wanted to hear, bro. Just give me
1-800?
8675309.
867.
That's crazy. Skilla Baby survived a targeted drive-by shooting in Detroit, sustaining non-life-threatening injuries. So he
Okay. So also he just performed at a 42 Doug show last night, and everyone was like,
just in
why
what are you doing here?
bro? Like he
Go
came
get
out and
some
everyone
sleep.
was like, fuck, bro. Detroit, man.
That's crazy though. Yeah.
Detroit. That brings us to the end of In the News.
That's the end of In the News, man. It was a good one. A lot of news this week.
Yeah, there was a decent amount of news. There was some news I cut because we can't just keep talking about why Cardi B's pushing back her album as much as I want to every single week.
Yeah, it's
This isn't a Cardi B podcast.
I mean, shit. That we're on ranking now, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
You guys ready? This is gonna be a fun one.
Yeah. So
This
should
one's
we?
gonna be interesting because I was like, I can't imagine there's artists that I know that Andrew doesn't know. He feels like he
hold
knows.
on.
That's where I
everybody.
was like, oh, this is going to be tough. It's easy for me to like think of 5 cool artists, but like ones that
So
all
one
5
I'm
of you
worried-
don't
I'm-
know, or 4.
Because I don't know like Token and Koda as well, and I know Koda doesn't like know a ton of people, but I feel like I was struggling on this one because I was like, Fig definitely knows him. We've had conversations about this person.
Yeah.
yeah, you're the one I'm worried about.
I kind of disregarded Fig. I was like, he's gonna know these people on my list because
I'm
I
banking that
live with
because
this
we're gonna
guy.
do a little bit of a point system here. So
Yeah. So hold on. We're doing top 5 artists we don't think the other host would know, and Andrew came up with a little point system to make this a fun little game.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So if you name an artist, you get 1 point for each host that does not know that artist, and whoever has the most
Okay.
points at the end will be the winner.
Are you keeping track of points or should I keep track?
Keep track of your
Somebody
own
else
points.
keep track.
Be
I keep
honest.
track of my own points. Nah, Andrew, you should just do all the work. Probably.
Yeah,
no,
I think
see,
someone should do all the
because-
work.
I'm just kidding. I'll
I
keep
did the whole
track.
itinerary. Somebody else do it.
So I'll just go. Yeah, or I mean, someone else can go
Right.
first.
Koda-
but like,
Koda, go first.
For example, when we, no, I was just saying like when we go through it,
Go first, baby.
it'll be
boy.
like, you guys all have to say whether you know this person or not.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go first.
Okay.
Let's see. You're keeping score?
No,
You're-
you're
I'll
keeping
do,
score.
I'll
your
do my
own-
best to
your
keep
own
score,
person.
but I feel like we should all keep our own score because
All
numbers
right,
are hard.
all right. My number 1, I guess number 5. It doesn't really matter. There's no order to these.
Yeah.
I got Kid Quill.
Can't say that I do.
I don't know that.
Nope.
Nobody? All right,
Okay.
I'll send you guys a couple of his songs later.
So that's
So that's
4
4
points.
points.
Who,
I got 4 points.
Who is that though?
Okay.
Who's that? Some rapper somewhere?
He's like a white boy out of Indiana. He makes like right in the middle pop rap stuff. Like it's very figure 80, but just a little too much more collegey than I would make. But it's a lot of really fun. Like he'll sing other hooks to other hip hop songs. He does a lot of figure 8 stuff. Shout out Kid Quill.
Hold on, wait.
Listen to that.
Actually, no. Continue.
Sick.
Okay. Payroll Giovanni.
Yeah, heard that name for sure.
I've heard that, yeah.
Yep, 100%.
Nope.
I want to say I've heard it, but I don't know any of their songs, so I'm gonna say no. So you got a point for me, and Ned.
All
2
right.
points. So
I'm
you're at.
I'm at 6.
6
I'm
points.
at 6. All right. Grip.
Man, grip. It's grippy.
I don't. I think it's a no
gonna-
from me.
Yeah, I'm gonna. For some reason, I want to. It feels familiar, but I don't know why. So I'm gonna
It's
say
a no for
say
me,
no.
dog.
It's gonna be a no for
2
me, dog.
songs with Eminem and a full album under Shady Records. I was really gonna see if I could get that one past Andrew.
Wow.
That's probably why I feel like I did.
So you're
but
at fucking.
I
You're
got
at
another
6.
4. I got 10. I'm at 10.
You're at 11, right?
What's the max
Oh, no,
points
you're-
you can
you're at
get
10,
in
you're
a
at 10.
round? Would be
4 times 5.
20.
20.
20. Okay.
I got 4 first round, 2 second round, 4 that round. So I'm at 10.
10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ian McConnell.
Yeah.
I know that name.
Yeah.
Ian McConnell.
Does that count?
Is that
I feel like I
'cause
know
there's-
this song.
isn't
I
there,
think
isn't
it's a no
that
for me.
Describe me something.
isn't that white dude who's like trying to make trap music? Isn't he going by Ian? Is that the same?
Is
Nope.
that?
No. Okay.
Oh, okay.
He's
I
not a
was on the
rapper.
same page as Andrew.
I was gonna say, isn't it like a
Never mind.
'70s folk singer?
Nope.
Okay, then.
Then I have no idea.
Looks
I've
like
heard
Ed
the
Sheeran.
name.
You're at 14 points, then I guess.
Chandler. Not my son.
I know your son pretty well.
No.
It's gonna be a no from me.
No. What is that?
18 points for Fig.
Who's Chandler?
He's like he looks like Action Bronson, but he's from the South. He's just like a big white burly rapper. He's the one that said, what's that fucking song that went? Don't ask me how I did it. I just did it. It was hard.
Okay.
Oh,
yes, all
That's
right.
Chandler.
Hi, yeah.
But
I
I,
mean,
we
wait.
know that song.
Well, we
Does
know that song, though.
That sucks for y'all, bro. I'm at 18 points.
All right, I feel like if we
Well,
know it,
then-
then
You got.
We
If
just
I
don't,
didn't
we
bring
don't
it
have
up,
to,
you wouldn't have.
We don't have to know the artist. We have to know the artist by their name.
You have to
You
give
have
me
to know
something.
of them, I guess.
You have to give me
Sure.
something. You can't. You got to give me.
Okay, then because you're gonna know the names based off songs I've showed you, Fig. So if you don't know a name of the song, then you don't know the person.
All right, deal.
Okay. Is that you still got one more, or is that it?
No, that's it. I ended
Yeah.
with 18. I only
18
lost 2
points.
points.
That's crazy.
That's a solid list.
I really thought I was throwing grip down the drain, and somehow two of you knew Payroll Giovanni instead.
I just went through my Spotify.
I feel
and
like
went
you showed me
people I
Payroll
like
Giovanni.
that I don't think.
I might have. I really like him. That's how he ended up on my list.
Does someone else want to go, or I'll go?
You can go.
Who's running the game? So you can go. Someone tell someone to go. Yeah.
All right, I'll fucking go, dude.
I got 18 points. I wrote it down. Happy.
Okay. Cal Scrubby.
No.
Got
No
nothing.
one? Okay.
Fuck. Who is
Kirk
that?
Knight. Oh, Cal
know Kirk
Scrubby.
Knight.
He's yeah. I figured you guys would know Kirk Knight. That's one that I just kind of threw on there. Cal Scrubby's
know
that dude
Kirk
who did that "Money by Drugs" song, where he's like he's like
Oh.
frying eggs. He's the
Yeah,
white
you
guy,
did show me
long
that.
hair. Okay, Kirk Knight. You got so that's the
Long-haired
first one
prof.
was 4, and then no, he's not Prof. I think he's
he's
better.
like Prof
he
with
makes
long
better
hair.
songs than Prof. He makes more like catchy songs. Prof is just
Sure.
very. I was in your mom's house with a bomb out and 6 salon. I don't know. Ned, you know Kirk Knight?
No. Oh, no. It sounds familiar-ish, but I don't know for sure, so I'm
you
gonna say
gotta
no.
know him. Fig, you
That's
know Kirk
5
Knight?
points for Yeah, bro. We were
Okay,
just talking
I-
about Pro Era.
Oh, we were.
Figs
That's
listened
right,
to
okay.
a Kirk Knight album on this.
On this podcast, Andrew gave me one.
Oh, you gave a Kirk Knight. Okay, that's why I fucking knew Andrew would know.
Well,
Kirk
hold on.
Knight.
It was
he's
before
a pretty
we all
well-known
listened to
guy.
the same album, so it's
Yeah.
understandable. You,
Um, He's just was on. I went through Spotify. Ramzoid. Fig, if you can't name a song, then you don't know him.
I can't, other than you've had me submit stuff to him or message him or
Yeah.
some shit.
I got nothing.
Anybody?
Yeah, I got nothing.
No.
What is that?
So I'm at 7, 8, 9. I'm at 10.
Who is that? You got to give me something. Who is that though? Ramzoid.
He's like
real.
a.
Can confirm.
He's not. I don't want to say EDM. What is that genre that fucking me and Ellis like listen? I can't even name the genre.
Hyperpop.
Hyperpop.
Hyperpop. Yeah, he's very hyperpop, like EDM type shit.
Got it.
He's also like a YouTuber that produces shit. But, fuck, this one's. You guys are gonna know this one. Jazz Cartier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay, so I'm at.
Ned's
Fuck, I
giving
wasn't
points to
keeping track
everyone.
already. No, Ned and Fig don't know.
So I mean, Ned knows no one.
No, I'm gonna know 0 people, and I bet none of you are gonna know anybody I say.
That's facts.
Oh, bro,
I
Ned
bet
could get a
I-
perfect 20.
Bet you money.
So that's 4,
Check.
10. That's Cartier. I got 2. So I'm at 11. Fuck, I wasn't keeping track already. God damn it.
No,
Andrew, where am
you
I?
got 4
You're
one
at
round,
12.
and then
think
you
you're
got
at
2
8.
in 2 rounds.
Yeah.
You're at 8.
Oh,
Okay.
13.
He's at 8.
7.
And then I got. I don't even
8.
think this is how you spell the name. Ishtar, or how you say it.
If you're barely gonna
Ishtar?
pronounce
yeah,
it,
you can't even say it. How are we supposed to know it?
It's ISH, then all caps DARR. Okay, so that's.
What is that?
4 points. So I'm at 12. Hypothetically.
Yeah. Who is that?
We'll go
who
back
are
and
they?
tally. It's just this one song of this singular that I have on Spotify. Don't really know a whole lot about them. I'll keep it 100.
Oh, Cody's just trying to win.
Yeah, I thought this was supposed to be.
No.
Yeah.
This song. Fuck. What is this song called? Hold on. Let me go back to the
He was like,
the
no,
song
no,
that
no,
I
no, no.
saved.
This song from this guy, I only know this one song.
This game is
One
rigged.
song I heard one
Exactly.
time.
And what were the rules of this game exactly? I know this. Yeah, I know this one song from this guy, and I was like, I only listen to this song from him. I think
What
he's
rules?
from.
Oh my god.
I'll tell you the exact fucking song too.
Oh my god.
I know the song. It's the exact song. Best song.
The greatest song
Gotta fight a Kit Kat bar to the song.
playlist.
Fuck.
It's in my My playlist.
This podcast's dumb.
Disqualified.
All right, move on from Ishmael. We
Yeah,
believe
you know, you
You're
guys
We
real.
believe
just slow
you.
down.
You've listened to a song before.
I was waiting for. Yeah.
We believe you.
I'll play the song right now, dude.
That's
Cut
top
that-
five.
cut
And
that.
we're back.
That's your top five. That's in your top five right there.
Of people you guys didn't know, none of you knew them. Yes, absolutely.
All right, take it
Damn.
easy.
And it's not even a person that is like
Uppercut.
not well known. Who was I gonna put fucking Chance the Rapper? Like who was I supposed to put on here?
Who?
I had to go.
I love my wife.
I had to go. I don't know, man.
All right, you got one more. You're
No,
at 12.
that's 5.
Oh,
I went
Maybe he was at
Cal
13.
Scrubby, Kirk Knight,
That's
Ramzoid,
4.
Jazz
That's
Cartier,
2.
Ishtar.
4.
I think I have more than
That's 4.
fucking.
8, 12. You have 16.
Okay, 6. I think you're 16.
That sounds
sounds
about
good
right.
to me, man.
You
I
had
just
2 with
realized
4
I'm pulling
and
a
2 with
fig.
2.
I'm put one on my list that I've already shown to at least one of y'all, and I fucked up.
It'd be
We'll
like that.
tally
I
the
did
points
same
Like that
thing.
up.
sometimes.
This is
For
why I said
mine, I
someone
guess,
should have
'cause I
kept score for
fumbled.
everyone, because we're all like,
I
kept
should have.
score- I'm at 18.
I should have kept my own score. That was on me fully.
I'm
You're
gonna
at
keep
16.
mine.
16. I'll be 16.
Yeah, the guy who told me to keep my own fucking score
Just did
immediately
not.
was like, just
This
do it
guy.
yourself.
This
Immediately
guy.
folded. Yeah, I folded under no pressure.
Tinfoil. All right, go ahead, Token.
All right, bet. All right. The Paradox.
Nope.
I don't think so.
Sweet. It's a band. That was the only. Ned was the only person I was like, "Fuck, Ned might have heard of these people." It is. This is an all black band. They have a nickname, Black 182. They're like pop punk, and they're all these young niggas with dreadheads.
Oh,
Is there a video of them playing in like a like in Cali in one of those weird like
You've probably
what
seen.
are the water? I don't know what you call that.
Clip, yeah.
Probably.
Black
Are they new?
182 is like
Yeah,
a
they're
name.
new.
I think I've maybe seen a video. I'm gonna say no though because I don't know if it's for sure them.
You probably have, but yeah. So all right, that's
That's 4 points.
4. Let's go. All right. DC Talk.
No.
Nope.
Another 4.
Token's gonna win.
Akeem Ali.
Yeah, you showed me.
That's the one. I knew I was going to lose a point on that.
Nah.
I got nothing.
Just because
Yeah, singer.
just because I'm blanking on a song. No.
So I get 3 for that one. All right.
I saved it from the perfect. Ned, you're gonna win.
Fuck. Lil
I don't know. I'm
Loaded.
trying to pick ones that are like still famous though. I'm not. We'll see.
Lil Loaded. R.I.P.
Yes.
Yeah, fuck
Yes.
yeah.
I
No.
don't
Because
know.
R.I.P. killed
R.I.P.
himself.
Yeah. All right. So I got 2 for that. And then Beat King. R.I.P.
No.
No.
No. Lil Loaded's a
Another
great
4.
one. A lot of people
Lil
wouldn't have known. Like,
Lil Loaded's
I
good.
know him because of Ellis. Ellis played him all the fucking time when we were going to the bins.
All right. I just beat Koda, but I'm under Fig. I got 17.
Damn. All right, I'll go next.
You guys aren't both at 18?
No.
Fig's at
Uh,
18.
you
Token's
got-
at 17.
I got
18.
17, yeah.
Okay.
All right, my
So
first
you
one.
sandwich-
Fig's still holding on, but I pushed Koda down.
Yeah, you pushed me down, all right.
Get down.
Wish I didn't say that.
Let's play against your
that.
will.
You had free will,
All right.
and that's what you chose to use it.
Those are the words you chose.
Yeah.
You had free will, like it's gone.
It's gone now. You lost it.
You lost it.
You had your shot. Sorry,
Privilege is revoked.
you blew it. I don't know what to tell you.
God just walks in that door behind him, like, hey, bro.
Oh, shit. The door in front of you.
It's me.
The door, right? I'm looking at it now, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Andrew or Ned?
All right, I got it. Rock. My first one's Rock
Oh.
Marciano.
No, Fig.
No.
Whoa.
You,
Rock
my
Marciano.
Ethernet cable.
What just happened to you, bro?
I think my internet's gone, dude. Can you guys hear me still?
I
Yeah.
see
Yeah,
you
I
and
can
hear
hear
you.
you now.
Yeah, you're still on.
It's crazy. I threw something at his door and his shit froze and I could hear him yelling in there and I was like, oh my God.
Bro,
But it
that-
was like the lightest piece of plastic in the
I know.
world. There's
It's
no
like my
way.
Ethernet cable as soon as you did that. All right, continue. Sorry.
It landed directly on top. I'm looking
that-
at it sitting on your Ethernet cable.
Was that 3 for Rock
Did you
Marciano?
Rob?
I know who
Wait,
that is.
Rob?
ROC.
Oh,
Rock Marciano. I don't know.
nah. It sounds so familiar.
Underground
Nope, can't say it.
Brooklyn ass type.
He does a lot of stuff
Yeah.
with like Boldy James type
Alchemist
of
and-
people, Alchemist, yeah.
Of course.
So that's 3.
He's done songs with Aesop Rock.
He's actually
A lot.
Koda's had a album that was produced
had him on
that
it.
was produced by him at least.
Okay. Cool.
Let's see. Azizi Gibson.
Yeah.
Damn.
Because of you.
See, I
In
figured.
2016,
Nope.
you.
So that's 6 for me. Boaz. I think that's how it's
Couldn't
pronounced.
begin
I'm not
to tell you
100%.
who that is.
Spell it.
Boaz.
No.
Okay, yeah, he's. I only know a few songs of his. He has like a song featuring Mac Miller, a couple featuring Wiz Khalifa, and I've heard those. Don't really know much outside of that, but there's a couple songs I like of his.
Yeah, I'm sure you're not making that up.
No, not at all. Next one I got is Marlon Craft.
Yes.
Damn.
No.
Nope. I mean, that name
Nope.
sounds so familiar, but I can't do a face or a name in my
Sounds
head.
like a
So
World of Warcraft character.
So I think that's.
is Marlon
12
Craft
then.
a singer more than a rapper?
Nah, he's a rapper.
Definitely not. Then
Again, a guy. I've actually listened to one of his albums, and I do remember liking it, but he had other features on it that's what pulled me in. I was like, I'll check this out. And then let's see. Last here is Kimba.
I know Kemba.
Oh for
Like the
5
movie?
with Fig.
no.
I couldn't
That's
tell
not
you.
true. I didn't know the last one.
Isn't Kimba a movie?
It might be. It's also this
Isn't
dude's.
it that?
Stay away from my brother. Sorry.
Isn't it the movie that the Lion King was ripped off of?
That's what I just.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of these too. Like if we looked up all of their names, we'd know them. But it has
Yeah,
to be
but the
off,
goal
off
was,
top,
like, did
top
you-
of your head.
yeah.
Yeah.
Actually know this person. I do
What's
know
your final
Marlon
score?
Craft. I've knew Marlon
Oh, I didn't know
Craft
him either.
from a lot of the just
Yeah,
the,
that's the one
the
who-
TikToks
so,
that
yes.
blown up of him just rapping, like just like a skinny white guy just rapping.
I didn't know him or Boaz. So I only got you 3 times.
Yeah, so I think that's 14 for me.
Still in
Alright,
second.
man.
That's rough.
Did I beat
right, man.
Andrew?
All right. Where's my?
Let's go, Andrew.
Oh, I have my thing so I can.
The worst.
Me? Thanks. No.
It's literally about myself.
All right. Tomahawk.
Ned's gonna win.
Tomahawk. They're Mike Patton's like third band.
Are
They
you
have a
saying
whole
Tomahawk wrong?
Tomahawk, like the Tomahawk, whatever. The
You
axe.
said tomahawk.
Yeah, wait, it's
As
not-
if that's
no,
how
that
you
was a
say
no,
joke
it.
because I
whatever,
have no
it's-
fucking clue what you're talking.
Which is it,
who you're
Ned?
talking about? So
I don't know.
Tomahawk? Of course I know. No, I have no
Still
idea.
don't
No
know
idea.
them, but that's crazy. that You called it a
he said-
tomahawk.
It's crazy. that
Some
you
guys,
say
Tomahawk.
Yeah.
some guys.
That's my
Tomato,
show.
tomato.
Tomahawk.
What's crazy is who's the most native person on this podcast?
Literally me.
Yeah, and he said Tomahawk.
All right. Wait, how much are you, Togan?
Maybe that's
at least
what,
like
how the
40 or
natives say it.
50%.
Ned could get residuals for that shit. He just doesn't because of how white he is. It makes him feel cool.
Yes, it does.
Pilgrim half.
I'm only an eighth. Me and Cage are the same. Anywho, Caius.
Caius.
Isn't that
Just,
isn't that a
nope.
streamer?
Josh Holmes' first band in the early 90s before he made Queens of the Stone Age.
Just like the
Pretty
last
good.
time you're like so and so's third band. I don't even know who the person is to know their first band or.
Yeah, you can have that, Ned. Honestly,
Yeah.
take it.
Nazareth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
That
the band.
name-
When
I
did
know
they
that
come out?
because of you.
You can't. I don't know when they came out, but my friend who I was used to be in a band with at like 13 used to play like old songs. They're like
Okay,
an old
like-
band from like the
Yeah.
80s type shit, right?
70s, but all right. Okay.
Yeah.
You have to
So-
believe me that my dad has shown me that before.
just gotta
Please,
believe.
please
Oh, God.
Just
Wait.
knowing your dad, I believe that.
I
believe that.
You can believe me because I have no idea. So
So I got only one from that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You got Andrew.
Peach.
In
like
the
the
teachers
princess.
of peaches.
Like
Peach
the,
Jam.
Like the
That's
fruit.
the presidents of the United States of America.
No.
No.
impeached.
Nope, I got nothing.
Was Justin Chandler's first band before he joined Tool.
Oh, of course, Justin Chandler.
That guy,
Yeah.
yeah.
Obviously.
Of course.
You know who I'm talking about.
Duh.
Remember when this used to be a hip hop podcast? No. just kidding.
Fuck. And then I had a fifth, but I don't remember what it was. I'm gonna just think of something that you got. Oh, it's
Ned,
Acid
just say a
Bath.
band.
What?
Yeah.
Acid
no.
Bath.
No. Absolutely not.
So
That
Ned,
one's kind of-
That was like 19 for Ned, I'm pretty sure.
They just went on tour again. They haven't played a show in like 30 years. I actually might go see them
Well,
if Josh goes.
didn't like 3 of us know Nazareth? So that would put him at
Yeah,
That was
17.
17. That was
yeah.
a 17 for
So he's
Ned.
tied
So
with me
what's
for
it-
17.
I
So then-
won. It don't matter what second place
So-
tie's going on, baby boy.
Yeah, so it'd be Fig, Token, and Ned, Koda, me. Rip.
Man.
It's late down there, Andrew.
Womp.
It's a long way from the top.
He's normally the womp womp guy, so that felt good.
To be fair, I
The
couldn't,
tables have
off the
turned.
top of my head, think of the song name that I literally chose one of the guys from. So it was pretty close to being a tie between me and Andrew.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have probably the coolest album club we've had yet
Yeah.
on this
Yes.
podcast right
This
now.
is exciting.
So awesome.
May 30th, so a day after this podcast comes out, Aesop Rock will be releasing his newest studio album called Black Hole Superette. Superette?
I think Super
Anyone-
is how you
Super
say it.
is how I was saying it.
This, we got an early copy of it to review for the podcast, so I want to start immediately with a thank you to Aesop Rock and his team for providing this and
Yep.
letting us review it. This is super tight, for sure. When we do that coolest episode draft, best episode draft, it's going to be a toss-up of this and the, man,
Whatever
there's
that
so much-
episode with
Just
Philip was.
sprint through walls.
There's cooler ones to come though, for sure. Like we still got shit lined up.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
hopefully this can be the start of like more of this because this is definitely a cool opportunity and definitely shout
Yeah, the
out
past-
to ASAP's team.
This
or ASAP's
episode and
team.
the past few episodes are just like, it's crazy how much, we're actually doing now. It's wild. Shout out Figure.
I believe they call it growth.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what that feels
Leaving
like.
in the street. So I did send. Does someone want to read the thingy, the press release we received for the album?
Sure. Yeah, I'll read.
Go
I'll read
for it,
that
Koda.
hoe. I'll read that little bitty.
It's long.
Independent hip hop. Hold on, I already fucked up. Independent hip hop's most consistent autodidact ASAP. How do you say that?
I have no idea.
Autodidact,
man. That's an intense word to put in a
A$AP
press
Rock.
release.
Crazy.
Is releasing Black Hole Superette, the latest and arguably best in a run of remarkable albums from the producer/MC. May 30th via Rhymesayers Entertainment, entirely self-produced and blessed by features from a veritable
Veritable.
who's veritable
Koda. You're doing great.
He
the
didn't have
most
to show off
talented
his raps
MCs.
in these paragraphs, bro. That's crazy.
on either side of the mainstream/underground divide. Lupe Fiasco, Homeboy Sandman, Open Mike Eagle, Billy Woods, and Elucid of Armand Hammer. Armand Hammer, Elucid of Armand Hammer. God damn it, why did I decide to read this? I'm like already not good at
This
Black
that
Hole
meme where it's
Superette, one
like
of the
ask your
most
homie to
technically
read something out loud. I want you to see
This is-
something.
This is the new,
Yeah, dude, this is not good.
the new segment, Read Aloud with Koda B.
Black Hole
Read me to
Superette
sleep, Koda.
is one of the most technically accomplished LPs in a discography.
Bro, you can popcorn this to us at any time. if you
brimming
need
with
to.
Yeah,
them.
bro.
This becomes apparent from The Jump, the album's second track, Checkers, YouTube link, is built on
was the
a
single.
complex rhythmic architecture, but treats the back and forth bounce as a vehicle for expansive writing rather than an end in itself. This is about the neighborhood outside your home being the great leveler, says Aesop of the song. You can't show up feeling one way because the world will show you otherwise. By the time the album reaches its climax, the listener who would be forgiven for asking if this was the most incisive, varied, serrated collection of ASAP rock beats ever assembled. I'm sorry for our audio listeners, which is everyone, that you had to just sit by me struggling through that.
It comes out tomorrow.
Yeah. I
Be Rhyme
apologize
Sayers.
to Aesop's team.
You did fantastic. That is so much more engaging than just a robot reading that paragraph code.
Yeah.
That was human. That was a human.
That was the
moment we
real
all
you.
shared together.
Pretty
Yeah.
soon we're going to be replacing me with AI in this podcast, let's be honest. Once we get enough samples of my voice, I'm out of here.
I think we could just
Yeah.
replace you with RFK now.
Fuck. Damn it, I'm cooked.
Replace Ned with Philip and Koda with RFK.
There we go.
That
The
way we're not
perfect
leaving
host.
Ned unemployed.
That would be unhinged.
All right. Who would like to go first? Talk about Black Hole's Superette.
I'll go.
Go ahead, Andrew.
I feel like I enjoyed it first off, like, but I feel like this similar thing I had to say about the Impossible Kid of like a lot of the songs sound the same. Like he doesn't really change up how he's rapping, and it always just kind of sounds the same. Like the beats were dope. He's got dope lyrics. I did really like the song Checkers. I liked, let's see, Snail Zero was dope. The song with Lupe, Charlie Horse was good. And I also liked the Red Phone. But I feel like, yeah, like it just, at some point it's kind of just like, okay, yeah, I've had enough, ASAP rock for today. And I had a thought like, I've only really listened to a couple of his projects, obviously The Impossible Kid, this one now, and I think maybe one other album of his, if that. And I've had the thought, like, I feel like you could throw all those, or just like a handful of songs from each one into a playlist and play it on shuffle, and you would get the same listening experience. And so, yeah, like, still really good. I still really liked it. But just sort of been there, done that, I guess you could say. But I'm probably going to go and give it about I'll say an 8. Because I did enjoy it. I'm not saying I don't have anything necessarily super, super critical other than I just think it's, he's a good artist, but at some point I feel like I get the idea of what he's doing, and then I'm like, okay, time to move on to something else.
Yeah, I mean, that's understandable. I'll go next because kind of like you were saying, I actually like this one a lot, not a lot more, but like I think this is definitely an improvement to Impossible Kid. Like he's always really good at producing the like the bass lines and everything, and this one is like on par, like instrumental wise, as the last one we did. But I think this one has more of like a classic hip hop feel to it. Whereas the other one was more like experimental, whereas this one felt like a lot more,
A little more boom
I don't know,
bappy.
little more boom bap. Yeah, a
A lot
little
of
more
scratching.
like I totally agree with you. Like, yeah, a lot of it is just the same stuff. Like he is just a very
He has a
consistent.
very specific
I would say
style.
it's
Yeah.
consistency. It's not like it's not like a flaw. It's just consistent throughout the whole thing. And his voice is really like I think he has a great voice.
I think his voice sounds
which-
cool. Like, I don't know how to
Yeah.
describe it, but it's like, it's not really raspy, but there's like a little extra on the end of his voice, it seems like.
His voice gives him racial ambiguity.
Yeah. 100%.
Exactly.
100%.
He's so good at projecting himself when he's recording. My favorite songs, Secret Knock, So It Might Be, Send Help, Costco, Snail Zero, Charlie Horse, Jesus Christ, what is happening with me? The Red Phone, and the last one, Unbelievable Shenanigans. Those were like probably the ones that, stood out to me the most, because everything in between, it felt like the song was just continuing. Like it felt like every song in between these ones that I mentioned was just a continuation of the one before it. But that being said, I did actually like this one more than The Impossible Kid, other than the fact that maybe it was a little bit long. That being said, I'm gonna give it a 9.2 .25. My first
Ooh,
.25.
breaking out the decimals. I like it.
Yeah,
Wow.
out of 13 total Bs.
I'll go next. We got this album pretty early for something like this.
Yeah.
So I listened to it sparingly a couple days ago, and then I listened to it its first half, and then I went and did some shit with the kids, and then I listened to the second half in its entirety today, like sitting there writing notes. I for sure like it better than The Impossible Kid. And I did a tiny bit of research. I didn't know that he was signed to LP's label at a time, but while LP had a label, and I could so aggressively hear that influence. Like when it started, before he started rapping, it could have been a Run the Jewels album. The way the intro and beat.
I didn't know that either, but you saying that, it's like, yeah, 100%. I can hear them on a song together going back and forth, and it's like barely changes. You can barely tell who's who type of thing.
Yes, and I read that after I had kind of skimmed through it, so I had that going into my full listen today, and it was prominent in my mind throughout the listen. The influence there, or just the commonality. But I did early on in the album think the hooks were like significantly better than The Impossible Kid, but by the end of it got pretty close to being on par. But there were higher highs hook wise. Movie Night was a lot of fun, but sonically that beat got grating after a while. But I do think it was like super cool, very very MF Doomy. Some of the better, like more unique flows on the album, because he does, as almost everyone's mentioned so far, it does sound similar. Like he has a style and he sits in it. Mm-hmm. So Be It, I liked a decent amount. Send Help's beat was similar to Movie Nights, but I felt like it was much better on the ears. And that end, like 1 minute of the song, I thought was really, really good. John Something, I think, has one of the best beats, and I'm surprised you guys didn't bring it up. I thought that is probably my favorite track. Just such a weird concept for a song, and I was engaged the whole time trying to figure out how it was going to tie together, and then
that little ad lib
kind of didn't. Yeah,
John something. Love it.
The fact that it like never got to some meaningful thing almost made it cooler to me. That by the end of it, he was just like, and that guy who didn't know what the fuck he was talking about was my favorite. Like it reminded me of like the Carter 3 type hip hop storytelling concept song of the mid-aughts. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna pick this topic and commit to it for 3.5 minutes. Ice Sold? Is that what that one's called? Ice Cold? Ice Sold?
I think so, yeah. I think Ice Cold.
The fact that he ended it, I literally wrote down the Ice Sold Here. The ad lib at the end of that song where he literally goes, I like audibly laughed. I was unprepared for Costco, lend your friend a Jeep just to go commit a crime was hilarious. And the way he was like, crime. Costco was one of the best, I think, too. And to be nitpicky, I really liked the song. And then at the end of it, he just had this random high-pitched A ad-lib that somehow took that song from like a 10 to me to a 7. Which is so strange that one little thing at the end could do that. But like I was such in a groove listening to it, and it completely took me out. I thought Bird School was pretty boring, but the Smoke and Mirrors Ruined the Frame bar. There was like always a few bars in every song where I was like, either I see what you did there, or I had to rewind it a little bit to figure out what he said. And then kind of from there to the Lupe song was fine. I thought it was 6 fucking minutes though. It was really long. I do think Lupe went in. I think he's a really good rapper. That's just kind of what he does, is thrive in this type of environment. I could give or take the next couple of songs. I did really like the end of Red Phone, and it had one of the better hooks on that I've heard from him, period. And the last song I thought was okay, but I did really like that when it started, I was like, is this the last song? Like, it felt like the finale to something. And the singing on the end as like a break from all of the rapping and scratching and shit was a really cool outro. Overall, I liked it way more than The Impossible Kid. I would say like 10.5 out of 13. I was talking to JC about it, and I said like this. I would probably throw this on a road trip if I'm driving. Like when we were on tour, I threw on a lot of Run the Jewel albums when we had to drive overnight, just because it helped keep me awake. This is something I could listen to, I think, in its entirety in that type of context. It'd be easy to throw on and have engage my brain with lyrics and instrumental, but it is more Aesop rock, but I do think it is some of the best Aesop rock I've heard.
I definitely want to like
that. I agree.
I definitely want to listen to it again when it like comes out for real and like give it more listens, just because I feel like sometimes I only listened to it one time, so I feel like sometimes stuff doesn't stick with you. But I feel like he's definitely a rapper where like the more and more you listen to it, like you're gonna catch a new bar each time. Type like if you've in movies you've seen a bunch of times, it's like you'll randomly come to a scene, you're like, whoa, I never noticed that before, or whatever. I feel like he's the type of rapper where you're gonna catch his lyrics at a random time and be like, holy fuck.
Surprised you guys didn't bring up John something.
That's on my list. I haven't gone yet, but that's on my list for sure. That was probably my favorite one out of the whole.
Perfect segue. Let's go.
So
go ahead, Token.
I had absolute favorite track was John Something. I think the storytelling, as an old head, I remember like when hip hop was like they had to tell a story in every song, and this was like, oh, there's from start to finish you're hearing a story, a complete, thought. Granted, like Fig said, it didn't really have. There was no profound moment at the end of this is what it all means. It was just like, and
it wasn't the immortal technique, and it was his mom. He was fucking
right.
Like
it was just a random story and a random thing. But I liked that
I hate
because
that you brought that up, Fig, because I hate that shit.
Coda's face cracked me up.
I have a visceral reaction from that song.
traumatized.
Well, Ned's gonna puke about
Oof.
Yeah.
So I think it was a couple tracks before it was So Be It, and that's the first one that had like a little bit of storytelling in it. And I like that. That's the one that kind of first. I don't want to say piqued my interest, but the first one that kind of brought me back to like, oh yeah, it's not just
something.
random words that rhyme being said in a cool voice with a cool cadence that you don't really hear, like, which is his thing. He's got the cool voice and the cool cadence. So that was the first one that made me be like, oh yeah, let me listen instead of just kind of bobbing my head and along. John Something was favorite overall, and then I've got two that I'm going to playlist once it's fully released. The 1010 Wins, I think that's how you say it, something like that. I thought that was a really fun one, and I like how you mentioned the road trips. I have a playlist that's like lyrical rap for when I'm on long road trips, like 3 hour plus 4 hour, 5 hour and beyond. So that was definitely going on there, and then Send Help. I really liked. I ran that back. The second it ended, I ran it back immediately in my first splint. I wanted to hear more of it. I just thought it was cool. It had a message. It wasn't corny with the message. It was creative with it.
That one was cool.
Yeah.
I forgot to bring that up.
Yeah, I like that one. And that's it, yeah.
What's your out of 13
out of
Koda
13
Bs?
Kodas. I'll probably give it a 9.
9 out of 13 Bs.
That's some good bees.
All right, ladies and
of good
gentlemen, our
Bs.
favorite part of every episode, we over and under Young Ned.
And that's gonna
I'm
say
going
over,
over.
I think.
That sounds
Over.
sexual.
It can be.
We go over him and we go under him.
I
going
go
over.
over. You guys
Yeah.
can go under. I don't know what is this? What is this? What are we doing?
It's like usually over 8. So like
Yeah.
if you think
Is
it's
Ned
over
is
8,
Ned gonna give it over or under an 8?
yeah.
If it's exactly 8, we all lose, right?
And this is I'm pretty sure this is like in
I
think
try never to
under.
pick 8.
10.
I think
I almost
under.
never try to
Happens.
pick 8 because of that.
You pick 8.1. Okay. I think everybody said over,
No,
right?
I said under.
Yeah.
I think he's going under.
Oh, you said under.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
But you all said over?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said it. Yeah.
Not a big fan.
Token, you're in cahoots. You're in cahoots with
I
Ned.
feel like this, The Impossible Kid was A New Hope. This is episode 9. It's a lot of the same. It's the same. It's just the rapping. He did. If I had a nickel for every time he did a certain that thing that he does, I would be rich. And it just,
I mean,
It
I
was
get
cool.
that. Like,
it was cool on the other stuff, but it's just do something different for the love of God. The beats were good. I actually did like the production. I feel like it was
It's all
the
him.
the Impossible
All him,
Kid
yeah.
was more experimental and like kind of like dark and mysterious. This album reminded me more of like Blade Runner, like 80s. What do you call that?
Synthwave.
Yeah, kind of. Like it had like almost like I was in a fucking topless car driving down fucking, some shit. The only
topless in my car.
the only songs that actually popped out to me were "I Sold Here." That song's pretty great. That beat is cool. And "Steel Wool." That was the first song that I actually like. I'm like, oh, this is a concept album. Like I got it. I was like, oh, okay, this is, and like, yeah, I got it after that. But nothing really else. I did like Lupe Fiat. That's fun. I liked his. He was good. I was like, all right, this is fun. But as it's too long.
I can't believe you didn't like John something, bro.
It was all right. I liked that it had that like that's the Spanish groovy one, right? It's kind of almost got like a
John something.
I think that's the one. Yeah, I liked it at first, but meh. It's the biggest part to me is him just doing that
Don't hit
same
the meh.
flow that he
That's
does
crazy.
in like every single song. It's like, all right, I think I've had enough of that.
I mean, I feel that for sure.
Yeah, that is the biggest down. I wish he would do something else because like it was cool for a while, but now I'm like, all right, I've like what you vocally what you said about like if you just grabbed a bunch of random Aesop songs and like threw them together and can be like, this is an album. Vocally, yes. I feel like production wise, no, for sure. This album like
Yeah.
sounds. The beats are definitely different. Like I'm like, okay, this is from.
Do you hear the Run the Jewels?
Yes, when you said that, I went, I get it. No, as soon as you said that, I
Like
went,
right away that.
yeah.
Hey,
And it's that synth
hey.
stuff. I think Run the Jewels is better production, way better. Honestly, they have some fucking.
That for sure.
But yeah,
It's
I just
came 'cause we brought it
and the
up.
album's long. I wish it was shorter.
All the
and
songs
yeah, like
are pretty long too. I felt like.
Black
There's
Plum,
a few that are 2 minutes, but most of them are in the 4 to 5.
and yeah, like the last 4 songs, like Black Plumes, the Red Phone. I was like, I was ready to clock out. I was like, all right. So
I like the Red Phone.
I'm gonna give it a 7
Oh, damn.
because I Sold Here is cool. That's a fun song, and
Beginner's luck
Steel Wool.
token, don't.
No, I know.
I
I
like
know
I
that.
Sold Here a
Don't
lot.
get too cocky, man. You still gotta. I mean, I think I'm only at like 4. So you're.
So
already-
I said Andrew 4, Koda 3, Fig 4, Token 1.
Also, I love you,
no shot.
Aesop. You got me into
There's no
rapping,
shot
so
I'm only at 3.
please don't hate me.
that can't be right.
No,
3?
I feel like even off of what Ned just said, I feel like I was a little critical of it. Like I still really liked it, and I think an 8's a solid score. It's just like I don't know. I might need another listen to have like a true opinion on it.
I liked it a lot more than I thought I was. I was scared to shit on the album.
I definitely
I liked it.
Impossible Kid way more. It's more like mysterious and like weird and like
I think it's because
experimental.
this one was like actual rap beats and
Right,
stuff.
that's-
So I
It's funny
liked
when
it
you
a lot more.
when you started saying that I was like, okay, that might be why because it is. I think it is more rap, or not. What's the word? Familiar, I guess. I don't know what the word would be, but it's definitely
It's more like
Yeah, yeah,
traditional
yeah.
rap.
than the weird shit
I
that he
felt
does.
nostalgic a little bit listening to it. Like it reminded me of rap I listened to when I was young, more so than his other work.
I can't believe
All
I'm
right.
only at 3. I want to request a recount.
Okay, Andrew 4, Koda 3, Fig 4, Token 1. There's your recount.
Recounted. Look at that.
I'm going through every episode tomorrow.
Up next, as we move along here, just another quick, just thank you so much to Aesop Rock's team for
Yeah,
sending
thank
that
you.
over.
That was dope.
Ton of fun.
Yeah, for real. Go check out the album. If this at 9:00 tonight when you're listening to this, if you're on the West Coast, that's out. So
Yeah,
go check
go
that
check
out.
it out.
Run that up.
Prove
for
me
'em.
wrong.
Yeah. Tell us what songs you like in the comments. Give us your review.
Yeah, S&D. Go listen to that album. Let us know. I know you're listening to this right now as it's airing. You're hearing that. I'm in your
We
car
woke
with
up
you
at
right
4
now,
a.m. to
Robert.
record this for you.
Now we are at submission artists, and our submission this week was Kid Fresh, Go Time. Token
sure
put a thumbs
was.
down. Token said thumbs down. Whatever I see. I'll
Jarvis
say.
cut that.
I'm gonna give it a thumbs down. Well, the
I'll
rest
give
of
it a
y'all
thumbs down too. Yeah, it's okay. Not for me.
think? Not for me.
Yeah, it's it's definitely not the type of song that I would listen to. I don't necessarily think it's like terrible, but
I'm an old school hip hopper, so I'll defend the hell out of third verses. But man, do most songs in the current day not need them? And I think this is a huge example of something that I might have liked a little more if I didn't have an extra minute and 30 seconds of it that felt unnecessary.
Yeah.
It was recorded well, mixed really well. I do think that the beat was fine, nothing super exciting, but yeah, it kind of felt like, and this is both a positive and a negative. I would say is it felt like something that was just like on the radio in a game.
In like
You know what I mean?
2015.
Yeah, like it feels like a GTA
I
kind
was
of.
literally just gonna
generic
make a GTA
song.
reference on that. So
I was
yeah.
thinking like 2K 2014, like NBA 2K 2014.
Bro, I
like,
can hear it.
yeah. Like
That's
not a modern
2K
NBA, but like
ass
a
song.
early
That
2010s
is a-
2K type beat. Like that's what that is.
yeah, I think like Fig was saying, like the production overall, like it's a
fine.
it's
It was-
a well
it
put
was
together
well
song.
mixed and yeah.
Yeah, just like some of the I don't want to say like try hard lyrics, but like it was just like it felt like too rappy than it needed to be. Like songs don't need to be like, I don't know.
I liked the Elsa Elders bar.
Yeah, there was some good
That
good
stuck
lines
out
in
to
there.
me.
I
It
think
made
there
me
was
giggle.
stuff in there that
There,
like
there was a couple
by
bars
no
that I
means
kind
a
of was like,
bad
hey,
song.
that's kind of cool. But
it's just definitely not for me.
Ned?
I was still somewhat getting ready for the podcast when I was listening to it, and it for sure did not grab me a single bit. It did sound like a fucking Madden 08 when you're making your character.
you got a Madden
Jesus
and a
Christ.
2K song in there. Let's go.
From 2014 to 08.
I definitely don't think it was
school kids having
bad.
such
Like
a
I didn't
good
think it was like
podcast
bad
right
at any. I didn't like ugh at any part, but it definitely didn't grab me. But I also don't listen to don't listen to me. But yeah,
My bankroll. Sorry. Jarvis, cut that.
Don't cut that.
and I'm
Oh, cut that.
I have to censor that now. All right. Let's shit on ourselves now, shall we? Up next, we have High Horse from Apartment 8B, the Figure 8 and Koda B album, produced by our guest today. Why I don't know how that happens every time he's here.
Yeah, let's go.
We love happy
Token,
little
turn it up.
accents.
Let's
I'll start
let's play
by
that.
Sorry. Oh yeah, my fucking fault, dude. How dare I try to?
We're gonna
say
play a
something.
clip of that right now.
He's ready to dump. We saw a punk out front. Now he's rolling the blunt. Don't give a fuck. I'm the one, and I'm never gonna run. You a bitch, you a bum. and you don't got a gun, yeah.
Stone Town, got a school of fish in a compound. Raw sound, but I stay in the mix. Betty Crocker's house, giving up. That's something I never thought about. This shit is too easy. I'd rather just take the harder route. Fuck a Lamborghini. I'd rather be walking on the ground. Yeah, fuck easy. I'd rather be in some Converse now. They dub
You can
easy
have
like
this one,
goofs. I
Phil.
almost caught him. Wow.
You've earned it.
Better
You
stay
did all
in
that
the
great
shoes.
reading earlier, and like, you know.
You've given
And
it.
we're back.
Okay, we're back. I was gonna
It's
start
the
by
best.
shitting on this song.
best song I've ever
First
heard.
of all, thank you.
Thanks, Don.
Thank you, President Trump.
This is just one of the songs off this
Go
album
back to
that
fighting a Kit Kat bar. Do
I
what you
should
know.
have gone through.
Reese's is
and
next?
mixed a little bit better. No,
You
keep
don't
going.
like this one?
No. I'm saying I love this song. I was saying this. The only critique I have of this song, because like we're talking some shit on this song. Like this is our version of whatever is like. I don't know where I'm going with this, but I should have went through and mixed
We
it a
were
little bit better.
angry.
Yeah, we were a little upset on this one. That's the only thing though, is like the mixing. I think it still sounds good. I think your chorus sounds really nice. I just think my verse.
I love this beat. It's very
I think the beat's
early
really cool.
2000s
For sure.
Eminem.
The beat's awesome. Token killed it on this.
You
And I
guys both
a lot
have a
of
few standout
love for
bars too.
this song.
There's both some ones that caught me on that one too.
Yeah, I think this song originally started with like having this beat from Token, and then me kind of just being like, or Fig sent it like we should have this on our album, and there was some shit I definitely wanted to speak about because there's some. Let's be honest. There's people we dislike,
Yeah, and I shit on the other token on a token beat, which I think is hilarious.
We talked about last
Fire.
time on the pod too.
You say, wait, not the one in my group or something? Like,
Yeah,
is that,
fuck token bitch and not the one in my group.
yeah.
token hip hop.
That's such a great
is the
bar.
one
That's a
we're
bar.
referring to.
Love that. Love that.
Under known fact,
Hell yeah.
the end of that song where I'm like, I just be happy we ain't name, blah, 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 because I'm fucking whatever, and Koda's ready to fucking kill you. And Koda originally went, yeah. And he deleted it. Despite how much I fought him on deleting, I wanted it.
He wanted
there.
me to have it. I was like, yeah. like,
Yeah, like it's so stupid, bro. Like just Koda's an animal. He ready to fuck you up. Yeah.
I said it so goofy. I think I said more than just yeah too. I think I was like, what he said pretty much.
It's true.
I was like,
I
can't
concur.
have this. Yeah. And he's like, dude, you got to keep that. I was like, I don't think I do.
He didn't.
And I didn't. That's this
Rest
album
in
I
peace.
mixed a lot of, so I had that control. That's the only
You're like,
power I
I
had.
don't like that.
Yeah.
Ned, do you have an opinion?
It's good.
No, Token, you go. Fuck Ned.
He gave his whole opinion. That's all he
That's
has.
his opinion.
good.
I like that it's a diss track.
That's kind of where I'm going. Is it's I always, anytime I give a rapper a beat where they're like, I send out, they're like, yo, that's crazy, I want this one. I always reply with like, yo, talk some shit on it. I love when rappers talk shit on my beats, and it, and whether it's to an op or just whether it's like a sub diss or whatever, just talk some shit. I like that energy, and so the fact that both of y'all is just talking shit on a bunch of people in the city, fire, fucking fire.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I
and
like.
we didn't, it's not like we were like, let's just call people out. These people don't like us. These
Yeah,
people
they all had it coming.
actively hate us.
It was, yeah. These
And
are almost responses to some shit people have been saying. Random
And
people
hey,
talk shit.
we were political. If they hadn't put our name out there, we didn't. Yeah, and to be honest, a couple of them have put our name out there, and I still didn't say their goddamn names to keep it political. But
Yeah, because it's an album. Like this is this. If it was a
yeah,
single,
we didn't release it as a. I wanted it to stand up, even
yeah, just as a song to just listen to. Like
those guys could die, and it wouldn't be like in bad taste. I could just laugh about that on my own. You know what I mean?
sure. Yeah, allegedly.
Womp womp.
Hey man, one of our ops died. Womp womp.
Womp womp.
That happened twice last year.
Womp womp
Anyway,
might be
Womp
Andrew's new
womp.
catchphrase. I think it's
that's
his new
what's going on the
catchphrase.
T-shirt now. Yeah,
Womp womp. Yeah,
And stuff.
absolutely.
John
And stuff.
Mulaney inside a giant womp womp.
I like it.
All right.
Did we make it to the end?
Yeah, this is it. General discussion.
General discussion. I have some fucking general discussion. I had the worst day in a long time at my fucking job today.
He's getting fired.
I might be getting fired, so I might have to commit podcasting full time. Like we really have to try and kick this shit off because this lady came in today. I sell phones for a living. I sell cell phones, if you will. And this lady just came in. She called on the phone and was like, "Hey, what's the price of this phone?" And she didn't specify which year. And I gave her the price for the year that I thought we had. She came in. I gave her the price for the phone that she wanted, actually, that we did have in stock. And she was not having it. She's like, it's online. It's just like freaking out at me. Starts calling me a fucking idiot. Calls me the F slurs. Calls me all this shit. And I just call her a dumb bitch.
He got slurred, bro. He got hate crime.
Yeah, I was
if
like,
he was gay, it'd have been a hate crime.
yeah. I was just like, get out, you dumb bitch. She's like, I'm calling corporate right now. And I was like, okay. I was like, I was so upset.
Tell him you double G'd me.
Yeah, dude. You hit me with the GG, bro. That's crazy.
She called you.
It was just. It rhymes with maggot. That's what I'll say.
That one, yeah.
Bob Saget.
Yeah.
Bob
Also,
Saget.
I'm not a
Bob's.
fucking idiot, lady. She also looked like she was like a
Yeah,
mother.
just
you
he
guys ever
struggled
seen
to read,
Jersey
but that's
Shore?
nothing.
No, dude. Okay, hold on now. Don't give this lady any credit. She definitely. Anyway,
How hard
this
did you
lady.
hit her?
I just had to vent, man.
No, that's
I'm
that's
tired of
shitty.
getting treated like this, man. Don't you know who I am? Don't you
You're
know
a
I'm
person.
the top 200 podcaster in Spain?
Yeah.
Don't you know who the fuck I am? Put some respect,
Put some
on,
respect
my
on this man's name.
name. God damn you. So what? I can't read, bro.
You
Two
can
Also-
people
speak.
recognize me a week
You don't need to
here.
read to rap.
Also, that second half of that, I read it pretty good, guys. So get off my head.
Yeah, you killed that, man.
I think I fucking bodied
Some
it.
of the best reading, you maybe.
Also, you went down with that shit.
It's low
like
bar.
at no point were you like, someone else do it. You were like, man,
I fucking hit that shit, man.
I gave you
sitting
the
in this
chance to
whirlpool.
popcorn it too. I had it pulled up on my phone ready to go.
I was reading it along with you, just waiting for you to be like, someone take it over.
You guys got in my head because you continued to make fun of me as I was trying to read it. You're like,
Well,
no,
yeah,
it's
that was
fine.
my
you know how we're
favorite part.
still
It's
doing
like-
it. We weren't gonna stop.
One at a time, a square on my screen would light up making fun of you while you were trying to leave. Like,
Yeah.
Andrew said something, then Token said something, then Ned said something, and I just felt like I had to.
It was.
You just had to, you know. I know. I
It just
fully understand
snowballs
it.
from there.
If you guys messed up
do-
one word, I would have brought it up.
You'd have been like, you're ancient, you're old, you're a fucking dinosaur, can't read, your eyes are gone.
That's shitty though. I hope you don't lose your job, Koda.
Me too, man. Because
I
we
don't
ain't
really
turning
care.
this into a profitable thing for 4 people in the next 2 weeks by the time you get your last paycheck.
Yeah, man, it's not looking
Hey,
good.
if we do though, and you lose your job, I'll succumb half of my profit until you are supplemented. But you have to edit.
I'll push
the
some a
episode.
little your way.
If I lose my
basically do
job,
nothing for this. I should.
it's okay.
I can put some
It's not
guys'
really
way.
that hard to find a job. I just have been too stagnant lately. Like I could just find another job. I'm just
Do you want
sick
us to
of
beat that
people.
lady up?
I'm
Allegedly.
sick of humans, like mostly humans. I'm sick of them.
An alleged beating.
Do you want us to allegedly put out an alleged
What's crazy-
illegible
okay,
hit?
last thing I'm gonna say about this is that I have your full. You give me your ID when I create you an account. Like she gave me her. I know her full address.
We know where you live,
and her
Brenda.
name. And it's
Bro,
like
if her name was Brenda, we're getting shut down.
What if I was having a really bad day? I could have not went home.
Yeah, look at someone told you looked like a school shooter once.
This job has caused me nothing but pain. I'll be honest. Never go into this business. At least I curse you for providing me this job or for requesting. Not even he suggested. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, fuck Ellis for whatever, man.
Look, I'd buy a phone from you, Koda.
Dude, and I'd sell the hell out of you.
I'd sell that fuck out.
I'd sell
you,
the
bro.
shit.
All right, this is now our longest episode.
By far.
Thank you to Aesop Rock. Do we want to say the Patreon thing real quick? We're gonna be moving content from the Taste to the Patreon. We're gonna have much shorter video game stuff on YouTube, and the rest of it's gonna be on the Patreon. Also, gonna upload any sort of stuff that we would normally cut out of the episodes, even if it's just a couple minutes. Unless it's super duper private, just the goofy stuff at the beginning and the end that we sometimes have that I get rid of.
Or when
That'll
we get
be
real
there.
offensive, we shouldn't post that.
I was like, what?
That's for the Patreon people. Yeah, if you pay $4, you can cancel us.
We'll still have your money. It's fine.
Our goal is to get 5 subscribers that we feel are directly responsible for the podcast, and then in some form or some way, we will use your dedicated taste money to improve the quality of the podcast. So
Yeah.
Acquired Repo 2 is on Patreon by the time this came out. The first one's on YouTube. Anytime we start a series, we'll probably throw the first one on YouTube and then move to the Patreon from there.
And if you
But
if you join the Patreon, you have full access to come to my work and call me a slur. And I can't do anything about
And
it.
Koda will send you feet pics.
I will
also,
also
guys,
do that.
I don't know if we want to like it. I would, if we're gonna just have 4 cameras or 3 cameras or whatever the fuck, I would be willing just to line up the audio at the end and throw this
Yeah.
on the Patreon.
As
Like,
long
it's
as
not
we
gonna
don't
be
have
fancy or get any
a lot
edits,
to
but if
cut
you
out.
want a video version, go spend a couple bucks and you can see us unedited talking in rectangles on Patreon.
I think it's not a bad idea. I
They're
have this
pretty
whole
fancy
episode already.
rectangles.
We could just upload the video I have right now to Patreon if we wanted to.
We also have the Philip thing that we have extra shit that we could
Yeah.
just throw on the Patreon that we're going to start doing. So I've just started posting more of the Antelope Fisherman stuff there again this week. And yeah, there's going to be taste stuff there.
Yeah.
So not only would you get taste stuff, you get fish stuff as
You
well.
get the
for as little as
podcast,
$2.
our old podcast we don't do anymore. I tattooed fish on my butt cheek because one person subscribed to our fucking Patreon. So imagine what you could get out of me if you just join. I have it right
That
here.
was you had
was
free
crazy.
will, bro. And you chose to say it like that.
Dude, I'll show it right now for the Patreons.
Yeah, pull it out
Pull it
right
out.
now for the screen. It's only going to be on the Patreon.
Okay, hold on. My butt's a little hairy. Right there.
Fish.
It's fish.
Fish. It does say that.
The way Token's phone.
Fig tattooed that too, by the way. So if it looks
I
bad,
did.
he did a
I
great
did a
job.
good job.
I think he did
I did a
phenomenal
fine job, yeah.
for it being my butt.
Cheek meat is hard to tattoo. I've tattooed a lot of places, but cheek meat,
Bit jiggly.
it was a bit jiggly. And I had where do I put my
Token
hands? Bro? I
shaved
felt
my
like I
butt,
was
dude.
gonna fucking.
I did.
Something
I was-
Token did shave his butt.
I'm a grown man.
Underknown
and Token
facts.
shaved my butt.
underknown. Hell yeah. 2 underknown
This is
facts. I
crazy.
love it.
We gotta end this.
All right, check out the Patreon. Thank you to Aesop Rock. We'll see you guys next week. Spin wheel. Blah blah blah. Bye. Taste you later. And Ned's.
God dang it.
Boom.
My brain is now spoiled.
Dirtling with his own riff, you know what I mean?
Nobody make fun of me. I'm having